You are listening to Hortibiz News and Media. We are live in the World Horti Center in Naaldwijk. Right now in the midst of the Team Weeks. And this Team Week we're in right now. Well, actually, this is the last one of this Team Week.
Exactly.
The big finale. The Team Week's about next level data-driven AI and robotics. And here with me on the table, I have Jolien Bisschop. From Biobest.
Thank you.
It's really nice to have you here. And I think it's also very interesting because, well, I think a lot of people, of course, are familiar with Biobest, but I'm not sure if a lot of people, if they think of Biobest, they feel like it would fit best in the team of data and AI and robotics.
Yeah, no, I think most people will know us from our bumblebees.
Yeah, that's the original Biobest. Can you give us a little bit of a background story of Biobest, just as a remembrance for everyone who is thinking who are they again?
Yeah, so if we would talk about Biobest, then first thought is bumblebees, because that's where we really originated. So we first started with the commercialization of bumblebees because we thought, with a higher yield in tomatoes, we want to bring the bumblebees inside the greenhouses.
Yeah.
But then, of course, with bringing the bumblebees and with the treatments at the time, they were very harmful to the bumblebees. So that's why we decided to move with beneficial insects, beneficial mites, nematodes, and also biopesticides. And how did we then transition towards high tech?
Yeah, because that's interesting. Like that's like you're going from biological, animal, plant-based solutions, and then suddenly you're in the field of AI and robotics and data-driven solutions.
Yeah, indeed. We're not too long in the high tech business. I think it's now like maybe a couple of years.
Okay.
But what we saw within our solution, so we're talking about with our technical advisors in the field, so we have around 250 technical advisors, and they are providing the beneficials and all the advice to our growers on a weekly or bi-weekly basis.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, our customers also have a lot of challenges with that regard. And I'm talking about, for instance, labor shortages.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of time to do like scouting and monitoring within the greenhouse. So we were searching for ways of how can we make that process more efficient.
Yeah, because also you cannot every day have an expert of Biobest visiting you and to talk to.
No, or for instance, in cases where you have in your tomato crop viruses, we're not allowed to go inside because
of course
you would have because we go from one customer to another, so it would not be very pleasant for the grower that we would bring something to the next.
You're welcome. Now you also have this virus.
No, so it's labor, but it's also like growers have to do a lot of administrations, and in general, we expect a lot from the growers in terms of, in so many years, we'll be with a lot of people. So we have to produce a lot more of our vegetables and fruit that we have. But at the same time, we expect from that same product that they have high qualities.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be any disease on it or damage caused by pests. So it's a way of making sure that efficiency is getting better.
Yeah.
So that's why we started with the high tech, to make sure that labor is being covered, because we see a lot in our industry that people are leaving horticulture.
Yeah.
And it's important to have people in the field with a lot of knowledge to do the scouting and so on. And then, like I said, it's making sure that diseases and pests in the beginning of the stages of the crop cycle don't take all the hard work of the grower away.
The early pest detection is what they call it, right? Yeah, I know a little bit here and there about this topic. Before we dive into the solutions that Biobest has, I am curious because your function officially is high-tech IPM and nematodes.
Yes.
So a nematode is like the ringworm, right?
Yes,
It's an
it's
interesting-
an unsegmented ringworm, actually.
Unsegmented
It's like
ringworm.
a smooth worm.
I think that is the most contradictory function you can have, right? So on one side you're in the high tech IPM, and on the other side you're working with ringworms.
Yeah, it's
How did that happen? What's your background story?
yeah. So I have a background as a bioscience engineer in agriculture. So that's where it all started at university, and then I swiftly moved towards a researcher role in academics related to agrivoltaics.
What's that?
It's having solar panels
Yeah.
in the neighborhood of your crops.
Ah, okay.
So, for instance, in cases of pear, where I did some studies on, you would have like semi-voltaic solar panels above the pears
Okay.
to make sure that, well, it's mostly related to climate change, that we are more efficient with our land use. So at the same time, you're producing your crop,
Yeah.
and then also the
Producing
electricity.
energy.
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. But then how did you come to work with the nematodes?
Well, first I was a product manager in monitoring and scouting. So
Okay.
it was everything related to sticky traps and sticky rolls pheromones. And then because we were switching within the teams, like, okay, we have a very intelligent group of people, hardworking people who cover actually the whole portfolio globally. And with those changes, we were thinking, okay, because my colleague who was at the time with maternity leave is coming back, so she will be doing everything with the stick traps and the pheromones again.
Yeah.
We made a switch like, okay, we have this mobile app called Crop Scanner that we launched in 2023 and want to continue to build it out for our growers.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we want to have, or for me personally, have more the experiences also with the innovation within the beneficial side of things.
Yeah.
So that's how it actually came along together. Not necessarily an exciting story, but it's like having the best of the different kind of products that we supply.
Yeah, yeah, but that is very, very interesting. And so your interest in the high tech was already there from a long time ago, right?
Yeah, indeed.
What do you find so fascinating about this topic?
It's how we, as industry, can provide those kind of solutions towards the growers.
Yeah.
It's, like I said, it's talking about the grower of the future or the aspects of precision agriculture where we're working towards more and more. It's like really the innovation part of things is with high tech.
Yeah.
And it's giving growers the possibility to be at the first time. So like the monitoring and scouting part, like if they see the data in the web platform, that they can see, okay, I have to be there inside my greenhouse. I don't have to do a blanket treatment.
Exactly.
I can just go there and use my resources efficiently.
Yeah. It also sounds like you're a bit of an idealist. Is that true?
Maybe a bit of a dreamer.
Yeah, in the sense that like I can feel that you also do it from a bit of like an ideology perspective, that you want to make positive change in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think every kind of bioscience or biology student hopes to make an impact in their job that they're gonna do.
Yeah.
And with my transition to Biobest, I found a way where I can actually be in touch a lot with innovation side of things, with the R&D people that we have. And on the other side, I'm in contact with these technical advisors that give me a lot of input on what are now the typical problems at the growers. Where can we make the difference?
Yeah, it's very interesting. Do you also feel like Biobest is a company that actually makes positive impact?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Indeed.
Okay. Let's go a little bit into maybe before we go into the solutions, what are the biggest problems right now that greenhouses and growers are dealing with that that were the reason that Biobest came out with a high-tech solution. So you already said like...
so the labor shortages. So we see in certain countries that it's harder to get like people to go in the greenhouses and do the work. At the same time, other countries, there's the labor costs that comes with it, which at the time also can get these knowledge gaps within the company, which is not very helpful for them if they have to go back to historical information from past experiences within the company. Other things like the efficiency part of things, like the yield and the quality
can always improve.
Indeed, because we put a lot of pressure on the growers to come to that stage. And also administration in general, because they have to provide the right information to get some subsidies in certain cases, but also let the rest of the government, or I don't know that they are being sustainable. So it's not only actually producing the crop, it's also all the things that go besides the producing part.
Did the high-tech IPM and all the solutions that Biobest is working on right now, did it start with just developing a data solution, or did it start with IPM? And also for people listening who have no idea what IPM is, integrated pest management, right? Mm-hmm. So it means that you don't see the pest as a problem that you have one solution for, but you look at the whole system, if I'm saying it correct, right?
I would say from IPM.
Okay, so Biobest was already seeing like the pest management as like a system?
Yeah, because the thing is, when growers are scouting, it's on paper, it's in these folders, like the information is being handed in these folders, and
that's already the start of where you need to have your information in a system as well.
Indeed. So I think in the beginning for Biobest, we were looking at, okay, how can we take that labor away from the grower and make it more efficient so they can specifically manage their crop much better. So that's where, and then maybe I'm already diving into the solutions, but that's where, for instance, Crop Scanner also come from.
Okay, so let's start a little bit about the solutions. Crop Scanner. What is Crop Scanner? How does it work? Was it one of the first solutions, by the way, that Biobest came out with?
From high-tech, yes.
Okay, so Crop Scanner.
So
Tell
Crop
me about
Scanner.
it.
It's also, I wouldn't say, like the least automated thing that we provide, but it is because Crop Scanner, it's consists of two parts. So first part is being the app, where actually the input comes from. So it would be that our technical advisor or the scout within the company will go into the greenhouse and then, they will go into the rows. They will enter their pressure levels and their counts. That data is then being brought to the cloud, where a lot of data analysis comes into place. So that data will come together into graphs and heat maps.
Okay, is that a system, the cloud, is it a system from Biobest, or can you use like other systems from other suppliers as well?
At the current state is from Biobest, yes, but there are ways to maybe connect to different data platforms, but we're looking into it. So it's not something that we provide now at the time that we speak.
Okay, so for now the Crop Scanner works with your own system.
Yes.
But it could be that like a grower already has a data system they're working with, and then it can be integrated maybe later.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay. So that could be something maybe in the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's already diving into the future development.
Okay. So then this data is in the cloud. There is some analysis, and then
it comes together in the second part, which is the web platform.
Okay.
So as a grower, and it's on the end of the working day, you can view in that web platform what has been scouted. So your observation will come inside that web platform. At the same time, that data is being reworked into these graphs. So the graphs saying, okay, how many of my whiteflies or my trips were inside that part of the greenhouse. And then on the right side, I'm imagining it before me, there is a heat map. And that heat map has a color going from like a greenish color to red.
Okay.
To specifically say, okay, in your greenhouse with the heat map, that's where you have to go and that's where the treatment has to be planned.
Okay, and then the grower can go there and then specifically target this area.
Yes.
Yeah, because is it hard for them right now to decide like which area is?
No, but it is that our companies are getting much bigger.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So we're not scouting all the rows. It's only like maybe every second or third row that we're going. So you never really have like a full overview. But if you can make the scouting part much more easy to do so, you can cover a lot more.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Maybe the decisions within the company are from higher up. So they decide which is going to be planned, yes or no.
Yeah.
And that the scouts has provided the data up front.
Okay. And the crop scanner is already worked with a lot? Are a lot of growers already working with the crop scanner?
Yeah, we see that maybe the most important markets for crop scanner are in Canada.
Okay.
It's also the way of working really comes together with crop scanner.
Yeah.
But we have also examples in Belgium, like maybe closer by than overseas, and we see more and more people getting connected with the crop scanner. Indeed.
Yeah. But you already said that was like the first high tech.
Yes.
But it's not the only solution, because I think right now the solutions are following up each other quite rapidly.
Yes.
And can we already go? Because if you're watching this right now, probably already seen that something is lying here on the table, and you might be interested to see what it is. If you're not watching this, maybe Jolien, you can describe it also a little bit. What are we seeing? Let's start with that.
So what are we seeing? We are seeing a trap eye unit.
A trap eye unit.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's start with that. So for people who are not seeing this through the camera, so I'm looking at a piece of camera. So
where's the camera?
The camera is
on
the inside.
Yes.
Like here. And this camera is being operated through a solar panel unit. So that's what you see on top. And that camera is being pointed towards a sticky trap.
Okay.
So it's on a distance that it's always the same distance.
Yeah.
And on the back side of that trap eye unit, there are these very sturdy magnets to hang the trap eye unit on the pole.
Okay. So you hang it inside the greenhouse.
Yes.
On a pole. Mm-hmm. There's a solar panel, so you don't need to have any electricity.
No.
Does it have to be connected to a computer with a wire? Or is it a wireless connection?
So we have with the trap eye unit, so we place around 40 units per hectare.
Okay.
And there's one trap eye gateway as well together with it, where the data is being collected from those 40 units.
Okay. And then what does it do?
So the camera will, of course,
also let me show it to the camera. So if people are watching, this is how it looks like, and then the camera is over here, and then this is the sticky trap, and then there's the solar panel. So you just hang it with the magnets, and then, I would guess it captures some things.
Yes. So it will take a picture for once a week or 3 times a week, and once those pictures are captured, there will be an algorithm working on those pictures. Okay. So our trap eyes, which is, by the way, a collaboration with a company in Delft called PATS.
Okay.
So it's always nice to go to that collaboration.
What part did they design?
The unit itself.
Okay.
They designed together with us. So the camera makes the pictures,
Yeah.
and the algorithm will detect up to 6 different beneficials and insects.
Okay.
So talking about leaf miner, whitefly, Nesirocoris, macrolophus, and so on.
Okay, and then it can also probably count them.
Yes,
So detect them and count them.
yes.
And then it goes in an algorithm, and then we know where in the greenhouse, right? Where in the greenhouse
indeed,
you have
because
your
you can.
spread.
It comes also in the web platform,
Yeah.
so you can see your TRAPI units hanging, and they're in the place or in the form of a little dots within that greenhouse, and you can see, because there's also colors related to it,
Yeah.
where your highest amount of whiteflies are coming within the greenhouse. So again, there's graphs, there's the heat maps related to it to really spot where the problems are hanging.
Yeah.
And this is then a piece of, an example of where optimization really comes in, because
Yeah.
the grower doesn't have to go within the greenhouse to detect the pests that are within the greenhouse.
Yeah, exactly. But then this is again a system or a solution that helps gathering the information.
Yes.
Is Biobest also working on solutions to actually do the pest control, if I can say it like that? So actually like manage what you are analyzing? Is data involved in that, or robotization or automation?
Yes. So you mean like the application of, for instance, beneficials?
For example?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because this is like you're now telling me a couple of solutions that help with like gathering the information that you need to know what's going on. But then of course Biobest has so many beneficials and products. It's in that part between the data and finding out the situation and the solution of the problem. Is there also data or robotics or AI involved?
Yes. So in terms of robotics, then I would refer to our entomatic range.
Okay.
So
What's that?
So the entomatic, how it started it all, is a dispenser of our beneficial mites and insects that you can place on any rolling system.
Okay.
And it has multiple dispensers that will homogeneously bring those beneficials into the crop.
Okay.
So there are a few variations on the entomatic. So you have one that has it's the multiple roll dispenser, so if multiple dispenser units, which are modular, so you can change it up depending on what your greenhouse is looking like. And the other thing is a row dispenser. So that is more for the high wire vegetables.
Yeah.
So let's say that you're more at the halfway point of your pepper crop, then you can also change the height of the entomatic.
Okay.
And then thirdly and lastly is the recent addition to the entomatic family is the entomatic handheld.
Okay.
So the handheld is a dispenser that is managed by the grower himself or herself.
Yeah.
And that way you can cover like smaller acreages. So like your strawberries, like smaller areas, because you can adjust the speed yourself of the entomatic, and it's easier to handle yourself as well. For
Yeah,
because
I wanted to ask you, because I can imagine that the release of the beneficials has to be like timed or being have a certain dosage or like something like that. Is there like AI or systems involved in the amount of beneficials that are released from it? Or?
There is no AI involved in the release of the beneficials.
So it's not that it detects, we need a little bit of this over here and a little bit of this over there.
It can be in the future.
Okay.
Maybe. Who knows? We can really connect the problems that we see in the greenhouse and then say, okay, let the entomatic do the work and say, go to that place, you need so many beneficial, and then it adapts the dose rate to the amount of or the pressure level that is at that stage. That can be,
because I mean that would be probably the coolest thing that you could think of, right? That you have some kind of system that detects the pests like automatically. Well, for example, with the trap ID or something like that, and then sends the entomatic to
straight
bring
to the problem.
some over there, and then it's done.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not where we are right now.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Now it's still a bit of a separate thing, but who knows?
Yeah. What are current solutions that Biobest is working on?
On the high tech or
Yeah,
in,
for example,
in general?
or in general, whatever you
In
want.
general, there's a lot to count for on the innovation part of side. Maybe not always the things I can really mention on it.
Okay,
But,
so then I cannot ask too much. But for example, like, are all the solutions that Biobest is working on, are they part of IPM, the integrated pest management? Is that like the key value that everything has to fit around?
Well, we have most of our solutions for high tech related to the IPM, but sure, we're also working towards pollination, the other side of things, where it all started, because we have a collaboration on a robotic as well. So maybe to give a bit of background on why we would use a pollination robot, because we have the bumblebees. In certain locations, and I'm talking about the northern hemisphere, like going more north, like say Scandinavia and so on.
Yeah.
Their bumblebees tend to fly less well.
Okay.
Because
it's colder or something?
Not necessarily the temperature, but because there's less sun at certain times. So the growers would use more LED lights. And bumblebees tend to fly less well when certain light or frames of the light spectrum, it's more difficult for them.
Okay.
So that's why we're also in that collaboration looking towards robotic for pollination. So what does it mean actually? Because it's already on the market as well. It's a robotic where it's with a camera.
Yeah.
It will show the grower that it's an open or a closed flower, or that the flower has also already been pollinated or not.
Okay.
And then with that robot, there's a nozzle that will pollinate the flower in the cases where the flower hasn't been pollinated yet.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like, I'm really surprised. I never heard about anything like that. But then again, like, it makes so much sense, right? Because, well, I mean, for me, it would even be better if we have enough bumblebees and bees and everything like that, and we have enough animals. But then in a situation where you don't have it, you just basically take over the role of the bumblebees and then have a little thing do it for you.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. How is the response of growers or people you talk to about the fact that Biobest, as like a beneficial biological company, is now on the field of high-tech IPM and high-tech solutions? How is the response of people to that? Do they like it? Are they excited? Or do they feel that maybe you can better leave it over to like robotics companies and stuff like that?
I think they're very much excited about it. Why? Because we, as Biobest, and it's always weird to talk like we as Biobest, but let me talk like we as Biobest, have a lot of experience in integrated pest management.
Yeah.
So when we are looking towards high-tech solutions that should be complementary with IPM solutions, then it's logical that we as a company also dive into the possibilities to aid our growers.
Yeah.
Because we always work with total solutions.
Yeah.
And total solutions meaning that we start with monitoring and scouting. We go through all the process. We add beneficials, and then at the end we have our biopesticides. So in every step of the way for the grower, we want to be there to assist them in the right possible way we can.
Yeah. Exactly. And indeed, what you're saying makes total sense. Like, you have this expertise within and the knowledge within Biobest, and then you're just extending this expertise with solutions that just assist in it. Yeah. So if you say it like that, it makes complete sense. But for me, it was like when I was preparing for this interview, it really raised the question, like, it's such an interesting thing that a company that started with bumblebees is now in robotics and data and
where a company that's constantly growing. And over the past years, with the acquisitions also that we did, and it's mostly related to biopesticides. So it was also in North America. We also acquired a company in Brazil called Biotrop. So our company is growing, so the knowledge is also growing.
Yeah.
The type of persons that we hire are also having this extra expertise, like high tech coming into play.
Yeah. Where are we going in the future?
We're also touching upon that topic when, like, the combination with monitoring, scouting, and then the entomatic coming into
so
play.
So more like almost a closed feedback loop in,
Yes,
and then in control. of
Yeah,
pests.
that if a grower would look at the web portal, that it would just say, okay, I'm
goes
seeing
the
this,
way it
and the
goes.
entomatic
Yeah.
is doing its job, and that would be the ideal.
Yeah. It
But-
would be. It would be very interesting.
But in terms of like future with AI, because we didn't really touch upon that
No,
yet.
it's true. Yeah.
I think in general AI, maybe outside horticultural, there's still a lot that we don't know that AI can do.
Mm-hmm.
So we see in our business then that predictive analysis is also very important,
Yeah.
where AI can play a part.
Are there already some solutions that are having this predictive, or not really?
Not really, but I
Okay.
do think that
There's a big possibility for the future.
the companies are working on
Makes
that.
sense. Yeah.
And also virtual assistance is something that also is popping up.
Yeah. So the
in our
fact that you can
business.
just ask a dashboard, like, hey, can you tell me what I need to, what beneficials I need to spread today, or something like this?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, is there anything, because we have to round up this conversation, is there anything that we missed or that you find important to have the people remember? Did
Not
you think we
necessarily.
touched upon everything already?
I think we touch upon a lot of Biobest. Maybe the only thing I would like to add is that it's very exciting times to be working on the high-tech products.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have a very dedicated team within Biobest, within BioFirst actually, because, yeah, maybe a bit complicated, but it's like Biobest as a division within BioFirst.
Okay, yeah.
And I think there's a lot within the industry where we as Biobest can aid in, but to make sure that the growers are covered within the field, it's also a responsibility to be taken by all stakeholders.
Yeah.
It's not like companies providing these solutions to the growers, but also making sure that every grower gain that
Yeah.
kind of knowledge. And I think we should make that knowledge accessible to all growers, not necessarily all high-tech growers, but also maybe the ones that are not having the robotics
Exactly.
system, but making sure that nobody is left behind within that development.
Good words. Very nice. I think it's a nice moment to round it up. Last question. If they want to know more about all the high-tech solutions, how can they stay updated if people are listening? Biobest website, or is
Yeah,
there
definitely.
social media or everything?
LinkedIn, like everything above, you can check out everything.
Just Google
about,
Biobest and you will find all the platforms.
Yeah, it's hard to miss at times.
It's hard to miss it. Okay, then with that, I want to thank you so much,
Thank
Jolien
you.
Bisschop from Biobest. And thank you for being here all the way from Belgium, by the way.
Yeah,
so we're really happy
I
that
thought I
you're
was
here.
almost going to be too late, so I was like, oh, yes. It's the
But
traffic,
you're here,
guys.
you're
It's the
here.
traffic.
So thank you for coming all the way over from Belgium, and thank you for sharing your
No,
knowledge
Thank
with
you
us
for
today.
having me.